great time to be coming and visiting me, your Art Sherpa, in the studio. We have a really exciting, fully guided painting lesson for you today. We're going to be doing this awesome poinsettia with snow splatters, but we've got a twist. You might notice from my lower thirds that it mentions live with Angela Anderson and Cinnamon Coney. That's right. That little square that you're seeing right
Other side.
There. No, I just was pointing. I followed the arrow. That's right there. That's Angela Anderson, and she's going to be painting along with you, experiencing what you're experiencing as we go.
Can't wait.
And you'll hear her. So that's been really fun. I was just at her channel painting with her live. We've been going all day. This is a painting marathon, so if you're just coming in and you didn't know this was happening, this is hours and hours of live painting, so it's all I-carded up in the I-card for you. And of course, I like to hide other information in the description and links, and there's all kinds of exciting stuff there. The fact that we've got a store, so if you're like, I've got to have a mug, a souvenir of this amazing live moment, we've got it. If you want to join the group, we've got a Facebook group. I know I got a bunch of people live, but if you're hearing the replay, all this stuff will, all of that will be up until, January 1st, but the videos are up forever. The Art Love is up forever. And we're seeing Angela work on the focus.
I know. My camera went out of focus. I added light and it's out of focus. I'm like, focus.
And we're kind of getting this sound balance. This is really complicated stuff when we do this together.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is just,
I'm just glad it works.
It's working. I've got my sippy for the first part. And then I have the cocktail that we did post in the Facebook group for later so I can wind down. Don't get too fast for you guys. We're painting on this 12 by 12 square today, and I picked this up at Artist Loft. They have it as a level 2. Little deal here is what they've got, and so I'm going to pop this open and get that new chemically smelly canvas smell that we love so much. We're going to be going through this step by step. We're going to be going through this, covering every single process. When Angela and I like to say, when we do stuff for beginners, it's like for absolute beginners. So in other words, if you're like, what is paint? Yes, we start covering it from that place.
Right.
So feel good about wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. I'm going to be painting with an assortment of acrylic brushes with Teflon fibers. I like Creative Mark. I buy mine on crazy sale, so they end up being like student brush cost from Jerry's Artorama, but you can, get brushes anywhere. You just want a nice medium flick back on your brush, and the sizes are down in the description. If you have that little list of sizes, you're pretty much ready for anything I'm going to throw at you. We have an unusual color palette today. When Angela and I came up with this collab idea, she threw in some color stuff, and actually we had a lot of colors in common, but she took us to a very special color. I like to call it the quetzalcoatl's of paint. It's quinacridone magenta. I can never say it, which is why I call it quetzalcoatl. I have the golden tube here. They're not a sponsor. They don't even acknowledge that I am alive. Actually, they would disavow on knowledge and be like, no, she doesn't paint with us. And we have on the palette cam.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
There.
And we're still working on Angela's focus.
Still getting my focus right. I don't know what the deal is.
Be entertained by Angela's shenanigans. Okay, so I may have to move this a little bit as I'm mixing, or rotate.
Just rotate it 180.
Okay, all right, so like that. So we're going to say right here.
Keep turning.
You can take me off, John, while I'm working on this.
That's fantastic.
It's not going to hurt my feelings.
No, I happen to have a paint gap exactly where I need one. John is so spatially smart. Cad Red Medium hue. Mars Black, which was on Angela's Carbon Black, but she outed me that I was painting Mars. But you know what? Black paint, guys. The magenta, quadradrone magenta, titanium white, and unbleached titanium. It's a different one than we've done. Here's the tube. If you see it, I got this from Liquitex. A bunch of them have it, though. I've seen it in student paints. It's not an uncommon color. Cad Yellow Medium and Phthalo Blue. And here's the deal on the Cads. You can save money if you get hue. And if you are painting with kids, you should get hue because you shouldn't eat cadmium. Not that I have ever witnessed anyone just eating paint, but you never know. Also, hat. I made for you guys. I'm so excited. So we're going to be just doing this up. Angela's got her focus in. I'm kind of...
Yay, I got it working.
What's going on? Who's out there, John?
Oh my gosh, we have a full room. There's like we've got over 80 people here already,
80
and the room
people.
just keeps filling. It just keeps coming. You know, I'm winging it here. I'm adjusting the sound a little bit on everybody's end. You know, there's always those last minute adjustments as the everything connects in. So. Everyone's giving me the feedback of up a little, down a little, so it's kind of funny.
So I need to ask my community for a little bit of help. If you guys can, I forgot to post this on the Heart Party Facebook page, that this is my live time. So if somebody can throw the link up there, I don't know, I forgot to post it. And if you're in group, Angelooney group, just let them know I forgot to tweet it and do all that. And if you could just that's the part, like when I had Angela's all... and I forgot to do mine because I needed some coffee.
What?
I'll do it real quick.
Tweet, share, like, and it helps us. Yeah. It really does. It actually...
Because I forgot.
Yes, because we were neglectful in our social media management. But you know what? We're hoping to get over 100 people here tonight. We would really like it if everyone shared and help us get over 100. That would help us make a personal best, wouldn't it?
It would be awesome. And I'm ready for it, and we're totally going to do it.
Yep.
Wishes. I have...
Oh, my gosh. We have so many.
I'm going to catch the ones from the group, but we had some write-in wishes. We had one from Evie, and she just wanted love and light to come into her life and relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wishing that. And then I have a wish for a personal friend of mine. She's hoping for a family member to be able to hold on through the holidays, to be there with the family. And I'm really hoping that for her too. So I'm going to put that wish in. What do we got out there in the group today?
Well, we had we had a request earlier from Mona for, I believe it was Miss J, to have a safe time and a happy recovery this weekend. I believe that she's in the hospital.
I am writing that right now, Mona. Oh, that's right. My mother-in-law is in the studio, Linda Cooney, co-captaining with John, and she's wishing for safe travels for everybody who's traveling during the holidays, because she's traveling during the holidays with my eldest to go see my sister-in-law. So we're going to wish safe travels for all holiday travelers, especially with everything going on in the world right now. Just some safety.
We're gonna send some cyber wishes out to everyone. Mona had a computer crash, she said, and she lost she's worried about losing all of her precious photos and such. And I know how important that is for everyone. So, you know, if you don't already, get a Mac and then get a time machine backup.
Okay, I even hearted that, Mona. If you're coming in for the first time and you're like, wait, I thought this was a painting show and they're writing wishes, and you're just about to click away, don't. What this is a lot of artists write wishes or messages or ideas under their paintings. Our journalers do it. And we like to bring it in because the thought is that you should feel hopeful. Just, you know, hopeful. Just a little bit hopeful. Wishes can't be too serious, and they can't be too silly.
And we're gonna put one out there to Vanessa's daughter for her 30-year-old daughter who is fighting brain cancer.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll put that big wish out there for you. And send many happy mushrooms your way.
Everyone send her lots of light and love.
Sure.
Just best possible outcome and recovery there. I love putting the wishes in.
Me too.
I know it's like you're like, I can't even see your wishes, but you feel them, and that's what's...
That's the important part.
That's the important part, is to feel the wishes.
And make sure you guys put wishes on your canvases too. It's important.
Feel worthy of your wishes. All right. Are you guys kind of ready to get this flower on?
I think that they are.
I am. So this is real easy. Guess what? When Angela and I were coming up with this project, we actually made a point of matching our color palettes and our backgrounds and everything so that you guys would be like, oh, I will do both paintings and they will go in my house and look beautiful. So I'm taking a little cad yellow over to my phthalo blue and I'm adding it into the white and I'm making this nice aqua background that we just made over on Angela's channel, and we're putting it in exactly the same way. What deja vu is that? And you can see me painting along with Angela over on her channel.
And you can see her right there in the little window behind you.
There's Angela painting with me, doing her thing.
I'm going to try to keep up with you.
I was trying to keep up with you.
It's a paint-off.
Can't wait to go back and check. My palette's a mess. Look at my palette.
And we had that cool challenge earlier. You're sending those palettes to Maymay Helms, right?
Oh, I am sending.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not going to let
as soon
you
as
forget
she sends
it.
me her address, I'm doing it.
Oh, I'll run that down. There's a convo I will be opening on Facebook.
I have been saving them for years. I have no idea like how many I have, but it's a lot.
I think that's a very good challenge.
It is, yeah. Well, and I've tried to cut them. They're really hard to cut, so they're not super, like they like to crack.
Yeah, I think a die cutter could do it, though. They're crafters. Crafters can do things that other people cannot do.
We are teetering on 100. It's been 99 for like minutes now. It's just been hanging
99.
at 99.
I love every 99 one of you, though. I
It's
love
so
y'all.
awesome. It's like, it's that wonderful, and I hope it stays at like 99 for a little while, just because of that awesome anticipation that it holds.
Anxiety. Will it ever go? People have got to be tired. People are tired and eating food at this point.
Yeah, I think they went to get some food.
They're like, I'll be back in a minute. Y'all are doing this all day. What was this again? I don't know.
They're probably not going to, paint along. If they're not painting along, they're probably just going to try to
catch
it
the
once
funny
we start
bits.
getting the good part.
Yeah. It's all the good part, guys. You should never, ever go. Who all is in the room? Do we have any of our friends in here, John?
Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of them. Todd Graham I just saw him pop by. But we had a question.
Oh, hey, Todd. How are you? How's the baby? Love all your new videos so much. Keep it up.
But we had a question. Will lemon yellow or medium yellow work in place of cad yellow?
Well, I mean, the meta answer is yes. You just may get some different kinds of oranges out of it. There's an artist I'm a big fan of, Carol Marine. She's a daily painter. And she has a really nice philosophy on color. And she kind of shares it with Stephen Baughman, which is it's more about these tones and the values sometimes than the color. If you can get all your values right, a lot of times a painting can come together with some really unusual colors. And you just need to have a red, a yellow, and a blue in your palette to kind of get through.
Well, Cinnamon?
Yes.
You're going to have to do the secret dance.
Oh.
Which 102.
Woo!
We hit 102.
We hit 102, 2, 2, 2, 2. And if you're on the replay, you think it's weird, 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 weird.
But it's pretty cool.
We have now officially hit a fever.
Yay!
That was shared by Linda. Woo! So, and then because Angela and her broadcast painted around the edges, I will now also paint around the edges.
Can't leave the edges out.
I will totally leave the edges out and throw a Hobby Lobby frame on there.
Just drop it off like your mom does. And you can finish it. Throw your mom under the bus too.
She gets so mad about that too.
Gets mad about what? I missed that.
Oh, it was about, my mom has this thing. She paints very large gallery wraps, but a lot of times if she gives me a painting, she doesn't paint the bottom edge, and I'll be like, Mom, you didn't paint the bottom edge. And she's like, oh, you finish it. I raised you. You know how to mix that color. Just finish it off. I know. It's just, she's a character.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
You'll have to catch our Thanksgiving thing.
Oh yeah,
I will for
Yeah.
sure. I'm there.
That's going to be I don't know what that's going to be like because I really can't control my mother at all. Like, at all. I have no influence there over, like, what she says and does in any way.
She's like, I'm the mom. You're just gonna have to go with it.
Yeah, it's pretty much, that's the ride we're on.
Oh boy.
So I just saw
I don't
Colin.
think that ever changes.
No.
I think I'll be bossing my kids around when they're 50.
We can only hope. Wait, who did you see, John?
Oh, there's just a lot of people in here, just scrolling right on by. Let's see here. We scroll back down here. I'm having to read. Someone was asking to have my mom say hello. She wanted they wanted to see who my mom was,
Let's meet Linda.
and she's over here.
They
like,
can hear you when you say no. It's a big mic.
Yeah, but my voice sounds made up and you're done right.
Oh, you look fabulous. I would like to report that she looks fabulous. And if you saw her, you would be really impressed. No, they're saying say hello into the mic.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
She's
So
dressed
like-
to the nines
Yes.
right now. You would be blown away. The
And-
shoes are epic.
And next time, she'll join you guys on camera and just show off.
Because she paints. She's painted
does.
along with me visiting your family. Yeah, she did the weeping angel.
Mhm.
That wasn't weeping. It was the angel.
And actually, I think if you troll the Facebook page, you'll find pictures of her along with her sisters, my aunts, painting the weeping angel and a couple others.
Yeah. Right now. I have new sound equipment.
I know when you reached up and grabbed it, we all heard.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to adjust. I'm getting used to it. But I feel like one of those infomercial people.
You kind of look like one. Would you like to sell me
You
something?
selling some?
I could. We have a Redbubble store. You should go buy a mug.
There you go.
The Pope Heel
Listen, guys, it's okay on that. We just made it so you guys would have something for keepsakes. There's not like some huge margin in it for Angel and
no.
I. We're not going to be
Come out of it
retiring.
with a few cents a piece.
This-
If we sell anything.
And we're going to go buy throw pillows anyway, so anything
That's
that
right.
happened, we're spending it on throw pillows.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun for everyone.
Yeah. We're being silly. I'm going to, can you turn me off, babe? I'm going to hair dry.
Oh, yes, I can. Hold on a second. Let me turn that down. Okay. I think we can. Yep. So we don't have to listen to her hair dry. Although Angela kind of does. Because she's on a Skype call with her. And, of course, I didn't prepare anything for you guys, so you just have to sort of listen to me. Yep, nope, she got done, so I'll turn her back up. Saved by the lack of preparation.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is an interesting painting. I have a traceable description. If drawing or doing shapes or any of that is, upsetting or stressful or, because we don't want you to have anxiety. You need to have fun doing your art. But actually, when I paint this in, this is almost like I like to think of it as like bricks or scales. I have a layer and I add a layer and I block out another layer and then it ends up being the shape. And so it's kind of a fun thing. It's fun to learn to do it that way. That's how we're going to do it. You couldn't see the white chalk on the canvas anyways. So you would just be looking at my canvas going, look, her canvas has white chalk. I cannot see. So that's what I've discovered. And I didn't think to buy magenta pink chalk.
Yeah?
Yeah, which might have been actually pretty helpful. So that would have been a good thing. I'm going to get this poor battered brush. This is what happens if you leave your brushes in water.
That's neglected in general.
This is neglected. I don't know what number it was. So I've got my little, I guess it's this one I want to do that with. Look at my YouTube skill set now. This is about a little under a ½ inch.
Yeah?
And a bright. So I'm going to mix. You know what I forgot to put out?
What did you forget to put out?
I forgot to put out my burnt sienna.
Well, get some.
It was in the description.
It was?
Yeah.
Hiding?
No, it was in the description. I just forgot to say it and
You-
put
don't,
it out.
Don't put it in that. There you go. Yeah.
I
Just
put it here?
watch where you're putting it.
I hear what you're saying. So, And if you're new to the channel, I have 3 kids, and they will make noise. That happens. Stunt hands. These are my stunt. Oh, they can see you.
Ooh,
You saw John. He wasn't paying attention. He's finally been caught on camera. So mentally, I don't know if I need you to mentally bisect your canvas. So if you make a diagonal line across here, and you make a diagonal line across here, you can kind of tell that's right dead center of your canvas. Just a little bit up to the left from that. I want you to take a little up to the left from that journey. I'm going to actually take a little bit of brown. I'm going to make a little spot right here. You're going to do that too. All right. That's your starting point. So your little dot, your speck. Now you put the speck in. You don't have to be stressed out anymore about anything anyways because you put your speck in. And I'm not even going to rinse out my brush. I'm going to come in. I'm going to make.
What brush are we using, Cinnamon?
We are using the phthalo blue and the. Oh, can you see me or not see me? Because I was having that trouble where I was like trying to paint with you blind.
I can see you. Yeah, I can see you. Okay.
Okay.
I just was trying to blow dry my thing quietly, so I missed what brush we were using.
Oh, we're just using a bright. Just a
Okay.
small, sharp bright. Just because I got a bright. And I'm going to add a little of my burnt sienna to my green mixture. I want it to be very dark. And so you'll keep adding a little blue to that until you get a nice dark color. And when you get a nice dark green color, I want you to just come and we're going to paint in kind of an amoeba that is a couple inches big. Right? It's not a uniform shape. You could do just a circle. We're painting a lot of it out. But this is the space where all of our little dots are going to go. What are we doing? John doesn't want to be on. He's still trying to avoid being on camera.
This is really hard.
Is it?
It is. It's so hard. I have a new respect for people who paint along because I'm like not even listening to half of what's going on here.
You're like, I don't know what's happening. I'm freaking out.
I know. Okay. I can do this.
You can. Now here's a fun thing. We're going to take this nice sharp bright and I'm going to get it right into my cad red. And it's going to make a very grayed out red because I didn't rinse it out. Right? You see that grayed out red? It's not really in and of itself a very pretty red. I'm going to show you again what we're doing. And John can put this picture up sometimes too.
I can. I got to turn your mic down. You're a little loud.
I'm a hot.
Well, I adjusted it.
No,
You are
I'm
hot.
sorry. I don't know what to do. It doesn't work and
Wrong show.
wrong show. What happens is, see, I'm here with my friend Angela, and so you know how when you're you
You
get
start
cheeky.
cutting up.
That's right.
You get cheeky with your
Say
friends.
things you might not normally say.
Yes. And you're like, oh no. So up here, coming towards this diagonal corner, I'm going to starting maybe a 1/4 inch over the green, making a nice little leaf shape. And if you can think of a leaf as shapes that you've seen, if like leaf is hard, think of squishy football. You want it to come to a point. The trick with the poinsettias is they come to a point. That's what they do. They come to a point. And you want yours to come to a point. Right? So that one is, oh gosh, 3.5 inches long. But the next one I'll make like an intentional for a reason. I'm going to make this one smaller. I'm going to come down. And up close cam is on it. Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
While you're over there, 110.
110. I'm wiggling, but not in the inappropriate way I did earlier. And so I'm going to come up here. I'm going to wander up here with this leaf. It's going to be obnoxious. It's going to crowd its friend. And then it's going to come down. And it's going to be a little bit shorter and chubbier than its friend next to it. But they're still good friends. They still love each other.
Yep.
You know what it is like when you've been painting all day?
You get a little punchy.
You get a little weird. And if you saw the broadcast with Angela, you know my mother-in-law brought over some new cocktail that was not on the list.
It was.
She's lubricated.
It was special. So I'm going to come right here. And this one, I'm going to have to move the position of my... See, I have it to look at, and then I got to move it so I can see it well. Got another little leaf, and he's gonna come down here. He's going to take this little journey down here. These leaves are built up in layers and shades. That's what's kind of fun to look at, because the poinsettia flowers are almost just leaves. They're super fun to do because they're just really leaves. And we're just getting this first little group in. You can add a little of the unbleached titanium and a little more red into the mix. And it's still a very muted, controlled little color. And I'm going to make a teeny tiny little friend. Just a small little friend. That same sort of squishy shape. Things to work on when you're doing these shapes is try not to make the same exact clone shape over and over again. Right? That's a good skill to work on when you're drawing or when you're learning to lay in a canvas is how do I break up these shapes and textures so they don't get so repetitive that my eye gets pulled. Now this friend here, am I still, okay. Just like new equipment. New equipment. And then come down here. This one is going to get bigger. I have to remember too that I'm painting on a bigger canvas, so I need to think about that too. So this one we're going to make nice and significantly bigger than his friends. And we're just building these shapes up. Nice and significantly bigger than his friends, and I'm questioning the size of the friends over here based on my new reality of I went bigger on the canvas. Like you do. And so I'm just painting this in.
I went too far. Oh.
Now I might come over and grab a little bit of phthalo blue and pull it into the red. This is going to give me quite a deep color. Just coming here next to this leaf, I'm going to build this little leaf, and he's going to come almost to the edge of this canvas. And he'll be a little darker than his friend. We're going to be building up layers and layers of these red, because I really took Angela's Quinn magenta suggestion very seriously. And I was getting all up into the Quinn,
Nice.
which does some good colors.
I'm a color enabler.
You are. She is. Like, you got that friend that causes you to spend money at the shopping mall? She causes you to go
me.
get paint colors that you weren't planning on getting.
Yeah.
I'm even
Don't
going to
bring me
come
along if you want to be on a budget. That's all I'm saying.
over and get some of this Quinn now with your dirty, messed up little brush. It's sort of fun. The trick to this is don't scoop out of the center of your paint plops. You know, make sure you're mixing to the edge. You know, make sure that that's what you're doing. And I'm going to come about, gosh, what is this? About 2 inches from here. And I'm going to take a little line off the canvas. It's going to be a little bit wiggly. And it's going to pull right to here. And then this little line's going to come out here. And we're going to just paint that right off. Now you can paint this around. If you have a deep gallery wrap like what I had before, you would paint it around the edge. And the nice thing about a gallery wrap is then you don't have to frame it. Just bring some of this over here. We just want this dark color to start with. Is really what it is. And you might even grab just a scotch of blue onto your brush. There's some crazy color stuff happening.
There is. It looks.
This is what this is about, and it's fun. This is not dissimilar to when we did the flowers in the vase, and it's going to come out really well for you guys. And just grab some more.
Gotta have that contrast. Gotta have some interesting stuff going on underneath.
I think so.
Give it some depth.
Like your female bird.
Yes.
So
Never-ending bird.
It wasn't that bad.
Longer on her than anything else in the whole painting.
Yeah, but that was really quite a lot of painting in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You really cooked through there.
Sure.
I'm just sort of filling this in. Yes, John, I hear you.
Well, so Bonnie was asking about your bracelet, and Kim was curious if you got the box covered in,
Yes.
owl duct tape.
Yes, totally got the love mail. Love it. Super excited. All the heart mail came.
It's
that
not
came
open.
in.
We haven't opened it yet.
We haven't opened it yet. We're going to do it on the show if that's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do it live.
Live. So, hopefully that's cool.
Yeah.
Because that was our plan, was to go live.
We'll do we'll do some Sherpa Happy Mail soon.
Yeah, we do. So I'm coming over and just grabbing some more of the Cad Red. But because I have color on my brush, it keeps it from being like psycho red. I'm going to come in a little bit here, and I'm going to make just a slightly smaller leaf, and he's going to cross in. That's okay that he's blending into what's behind him a little bit if your paint is wet. What you're doing here is you're sketching with paint, believe it or not. You're just sketching with some paint. That's all that's happening, is you're sketching with some paint. I'm going to bring around one to curve his little part there to curve, kind of like a little hook. Because these petals do some weird things. I was pondering them at the Lowe's. I don't know why that's funny, but it is. I mean, that's the honest truth. I'm at Lowe's looking at poinsettias going,
like, what is that lady's finding so interesting about that poinsettia plant?
Well, it's already rough enough when I walk out because I got, like, purple hair, so. I'm already kind of being looked at. I grab a little of the magenta and add that in there. And coming out from underneath him a little bit, I think we'll have a little friend. This little friend will come down like this. And have a little stem that goes into here. And that's sort of fun. Give some more. And if you need to make sure, this one should be darker. So one of the things, like if you need it to be a little darker so it lays deeper, get a small scotch of blue. And it'll shadow it right up and help you know where your leaf layers are. Which is really what's happening in your painting is you want leaf layers. So what you don't necessarily want, and what we'll be painting in with some green, is we're going to fill in these spaces where there's blue peeking through. If it's not covered with red, it's going to be covered with green. I really feel like I loosened this up and it's going to drop on me.
What's that?
Well, I raised the easel. I've had this best forever. And sometimes the little crank now doesn't necessarily notch all the way down. And then I'm painting and it goes, it's very exciting. Excitement in the studio. Just making sure that this leaf is substantial enough. So we're just doing that in, I'm going to rinse out my brush now and pick up my brush rag, which has fallen, and sippy my sippy. How are you doing? You guys surviving sketching in your poinsettia?
Oh yeah. There's actually a lot of talk in the channel right now about Happy Mail and the lack of address for other Happy Mail to come, and the plan for
the old address. What they're doing is they're forwarding it here.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put that in, and Kim's coming shows that is actually working now.
Okay, you just moved that mic away from you, didn't you?
I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
Okay, right there.
Perfect.
I was just drinking coffee, so I just got to go like this for coffee, and then.
That's fine. But then all of a sudden I can't hear you. It's like, perfect. See, we're learning.
I'm trained by YouTube.
By YouTube.
To have a whole set of skills that I would not be hired for in the professional world.
Like getting paint on your brand new microphone.
Sorry.
Have I?
Yep. On the outside of it.
I have. Well, look at my hands. Now it's mine.
It's not going back.
It's not going back now. YouTube problems. So I'm going to take just a scotch of my Cad yellow over to my Cad red. Just a little bit. And I'm going to shockingly grab the smidge of green. And you're like, wait, what? A smidge of green? Yes, a smidge. Not a lot, guys. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. And I'm going to build a nice little leaf that's going to come between these two leaves, an interloper that's poking out.
An interloping leaf?
It's an interloping leaf. That's kind of bright, but the green knocks it back. The point of the green is that it just knocks that vibrancy back a titch.
Uh-huh.
But if you go crazy to it, then Mark would be happy because it'll be a zombie poinsettia.
I was like, you couldn't have said it sooner.
Because he was like zombie poinsettias.
I was just like right there.
Is Mark in today?
Oh, yeah, Mark's here.
Who all do we have today?
Oh, I've saw Mark and Bonnie and Kim and Kim and Kim and Kim and Kim. We have
and Kim and Kim and Kim and Kim.
We have like about 20 Kims.
The Kims.
The Kims.
It used to be the Heathers, but now it's the Kims. And there's an 80 movie reference.
And I saw Hijinks out there, and
Hi, Hijinks.
Kirsten, and of course Mona's there. I don't think that I have to scroll over and mod Mark, because I didn't mod. He was tardy to the party, so he didn't get modded earlier.
He's not moderated. I love how we put the zombie guy in charge of moderation. How'd that happen? What were we thinking?
Well, I mean, it's the best way of, controlling access is make sure the zombies are on your side.
Really true. Really true.
He
Chip
thinks
those
it's bad,
zombies.
it's gotta be bad.
Chip those zombies right away. So I took a little of that orange mixture and I brought it over to my how do I say this? I can never say this.
The Q word.
The Q paint. The magenta, guys.
Quinacridone.
Wait, how do you say it?
Quinacridone? That's how
Quinacridone.
I say it.
Quinacridone. Quetzalcoatl. Quinacridone. I'm not trying to disrespect Mayan culture in any way. So I'm taking this slightly... You'll notice that the magenta takes it to a nice pink undertone, which is quite lovely. And you wouldn't get this exact kind of vibrant color without that paint. Which is why now you're seeing it a lot in our future. Get a scooch, a smidge, a small amount of your phthalo blue and bring it over to your quinacridone, your magenta. And we're going to peek out a nice kind of purpley little tendril out this way. It's going to be skinnier than its friends. It's going to be skinnier than its friends.
So I think that Maricha, Mark, and Audie are all painting.
Maricha, Mark, and Audie are all painting. Hello, Maricha. Mark and Audie.
Oh, look, I think Bonnie has broken down how to say the Q word for me.
Oh, how is it?
It's Quin, Crow, Don.
Rodone.
Don.
Quinacridone.
Quin, Crowdome.
Quinacridone. See, it's like you went to school, but not at Sucky.
We went to University of YouTube.
Yes, it's a very special education. And what not to do with your life. Now, I'm kind of coming along here and I'm working this little edge a little bit. I want you to think about this too when you're putting out these little edges, is that they can be a little bit jaggedy. That's okay.
Indeed.
Indeed?
Indeed.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, I'm going to bring a little yellow over to my quinacridone. I'm right. You know what?
I think I said it wrong. Somebody else was correct.
Magenta.
All right. And this is, I'm adding a little of my titanium white. And maybe a little more of my cat red. I want a really weird sort of orange happening here. It's a peachy, weird, little strange orange. And down here, starting off right here, I'm going to wander this odd little color. It's going to wander. We're going to go Jackie Chan. You guys know how I love to go Jackie Chan. So we're going to wander this Jackie Chan line. Is that okay? That's good. I'm getting a little Jackie Chan. I got a little overly drunken monkey, and I blame my mother-in-law
That's right. Well,
for the cocktail earlier. Angel was like, "Please don't get drunk on my show and fall over."
No, I'm all...
She's like, no, it's good for ratings.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you know you're like a YouTuber when like something crazy happens. You're like, "Did you get that on camera? That would have gone viral."
When the first question out of your wife's mouth were, "You got that on tape, right?"
I think one of my favorite moments like that was for a CAC Creative Arts collaboration announcement that I did in the group to, I don't know, explain something crazy we were doing.
Oh, yeah?
And Spider was sneaking behind me on the ground, but I didn't know it. And he's like crawling back and forth on his belly. And I'm all up here being earnest. And he's just crawling. I grabbed some unbleached titanium and added it in there. I'm just trying to build up this crazy background right here. I can see why it would have been fun to like do the background of...
Kim Sim is just is She is desperate for me to say it right. She's got like, broken it up into like 30 different ways of saying it. The accent is on the second syllable. So say it with a British accent. I mean, there's just a lot of coaching for me to be able to get this word right.
Well, it's not just you, it's me, but I'm off the radar, right?
Wow.
Get a little cad red. On this big leaf, what you're going to want is you're going to want a lot of tones and underpainting. In this little underpainting, in this little painting sketch that we're doing. We're just sketching this in. I know that's kind of like crazy scary. By the way, when you add this cad to the magenta, look at how I avoided that problem. You get like this third awesome color that is like bananas.
Yeah.
Just bananas. So now, guess what? We're going to be in the Quins in Heart Party. The next 2 paintings have them in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've added Prussian blue and Quinn to the mix. And I think burnt umber we're going to start adding in.
May believes that you have an iron bladder.
May, I don't. How you doing? No, I hopped off Angela's before I splattered and went and hit the restroom and then got up. And we're going to, May, you're going to love this.
I forgot to splatter my painting.
You forgot to...
I forgot the snow. I'm just realizing my cardinals have no snow. Oh, poor cardinals.
It was a warmer day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened? They know how to splatter. They've splattered with us before.
Oh, they have. Yeah, I totally forgot that part. Oh, well. I was so excited to get over here and paint this with you.
We were completely waiting for you.
I know.
No, yeah, maybe we're going to do actually an intermission on some of my longer paintings with, like, music. A little cartoon so I can go have a pee break.
You have to put your mic back up. Donk.
I'm getting used to the new mic.
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's funny. It's a new thing for me to heckle you about now.
Oh, I love being heckled. It's so my favorite.
And see what's great is I'm not really even heckling you. I'm just repeating what everybody else is saying. So it's, I don't even have to be blamed for it.
It's true. He's been using that as a way to get out of trouble for a while now. All right. Now we're going to make this other cool little leaf that's going to come over here. And that cool leaf that's going to come over there. We're going to take a little of this phthalo over to our cad and make that deep brick we're always making. Add a little of your magenta to it. Just makes a nice base. I'm going to come up from this leaf just a titch. Just like this tip will be peeking out. And we're going to wander off the canvas. I love taking things off the canvas because it implies a world outside of our painting. And we should always, as artists, imply that the world exists away from the painting. We're peeking in. I'm going to take this down. I want about a little sliver of this blue showing through. So I'm going to take this off. And you should probably, I didn't paint the tip, so look at me repeating my mother's mistake there. She's going to watch these someday and just rip me a new one. Why I get away with this is she doesn't watch my videos.
You can talk about her all you want.
I really can. But then she's going to be like, now I have to watch you. And I'll be like, see, that was my mad plan. Because all we really want in life is our moms to watch us.
What colors are you using for that one, Cinnamon?
I'm still just pulling from that mix where I had the phthalo blue and the cad red.
Okay.
It makes that weird little brick.
Yeah.
And I let a little of the magenta get in it when I was first doing it, but now I'm just down to the phthalo. I just want that deeper, darker. Because then we're going to change it all up as we paint it up.
Right.
I don't know why I like to do this to everybody. I'm like, come layer paint with me. It'll be so fun. So just pull this here. And we're going to have to, we're going to be pulling some green into this. And I'm using maybe not... Sometimes you get fond of a brush, but it's maybe not got the sharpest edge anymore.
Yeah.
But it's familiar and you like it. And you're like, I just like that brush so much. I may later make that pedal longer. It's bugging me.
Oh, excuse me. I'm making all sorts of noise back here.
You are? What are you doing?
I'm trying to move my mic stand. It's not the quietest thing to do.
No. Where are you moving your mic stand to?
Well, I'm trying to make myself just have a little more room back here.
No, you can be in the cramped hole. I don't know why you're trying to get out of your cramped hole. That's crazy. Okay, everybody ignore me. I'm just going to make sure my leaf goes off the page here. Just going to make sure so that later when she'll come check it. If she ever finds out.
Now, you guys, so you're going to have to mail a box of your first box of Happy Art Challenge is going to go to May, I guess, huh?
Yeah, Angela is going to mail. You tell him, Angela, what are you mailing May?
Okay, I'm doing it. Mimi and I think she just joined the group, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, she just swung by and said.
So
I watched their live show today earlier.
did you? It's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I have a silhouette machine, so I don't have a Cricut, so I was curious.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I was looking at that myself. I was looking at getting a silhouette, but Ian, the frugal crafter, has been trying to say, no, get a Cricut.
The off-kilter crafter.
The off-kilter crafter. Yes.
He's not a kilter crafter. He's off the kilter.
Yeah, you know, I'm...
No kilter for that crafter. He was on America's Funniest Home Videos recently.
It was so good, too. And the balloon popped.
Yeah,
That was
that
great.
scream was epic. Did you see that, Angela?
I haven't. I looked for it. It may be the one I recorded. I still have one recorded.
He
that I don't
posted the
want.
clip in group in the CSC.
Oh, he did? Okay, I'll go back and look for it then in the group.
Yeah, so Angela's mailing May her
My old palette.
Her
I
old-
have a whole stack of them.
I'm going to make some green over here with some phthalo and some blue, and I'm making it a
Be
dark
very
green.
impressed if she figures out what to do with them.
I think she will. I've seen her. She's really good. It's like literally May made it for a reason.
Nice.
I think we can believe in her.
I believe it.
Gonna
I have
paint
faith
in
in Mamie.
everything between these leaves green. May did make it. I don't know why that's so funny, but it is. It's true, she did. Also, I can just watch her shop.
Yeah,
On Periscope.
On Periscope?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just watch her shop. It's
I
funny.
watched Melody shop one day.
Did you?
And I enabled her to buy something. I was like, buy it. And she did. So,
I don't know that we've
mission
all been
accomplished.
a good influence on each other since we've gotten to know each other.
Terrible.
So funny.
So there was just a few questions in channel about what happens to your to the paintings from the show and also your the
Well, I think
studies
I was
that you do
probably
beforehand
covering up
the show.
everything that I was doing there. Oh, well.
Well, I don't know what happens to Angela's. We can tell them what happens to ours, but I don't know what happens to
Oh.
Angela's.
I have a whole stack of them. I don't know. I don't know what to do with them because they're really not the ones that I would normally put in my gallery stuff. You know, like they're a little bit more basic usually since they're for beginners. So I don't know. I need to figure out what to do with them.
You want to answer what we do with ours, John?
I hoard them.
You hoard them.
I hoard them.
I have a storage closet.
Yeah, so it's we end up collecting up a lot of these paintings so that we can keep them with us for display purposes. So, we have a lot of people write in about the experiences they go through painting the paintings, and things like that. So we try to keep all those paintings together so that we can keep them on display for our community when we have events and things. So this
What was that green?
That was just phthalo and cad yellow, darker shade.
Okay.
I didn't even add
Checking
any red to it or anything.
I don't know how anybody. I can see why people stopped painting the
Yeah,
cardinal because I was switching colors pretty quick. I
I
can't.
feel like mine's getting a little crazy, but yours is looking really good. Follow Angela.
put your mic back up there.
Follow Angela. All
There you go.
right.
Good job.
Well, I've got this green on my brush. I need to make some red in a minute, but while I've got this green on my brush, go ahead, guys, and pull some of this green into these spaces between your petals, even up onto, like I'm going to pull this green a little bit up onto this red petal and pull this here. you want to make sure that you're pulling this in a little bit. Just a little, and you can even pull it out into this dark purple petal. So you're just pulling it in a little bit. It's just nice to add that deep level of story to what you're doing. Just fill that out. You know, you can go up into this one a little bit. Up into this little petal right here. This one. So I think that's good. That's just an important little step because you don't want the sky showing through. Rinse out your brush. And I'm going to take a little of the blue over to my magenta, and it's going to make me just an incredibly crazy dark purple that should be different than this one right here, just a touch. I just want it to be different enough that I can see that these two are different. Later, when I start adding the values and things, they'll feel like, in the outline, they'll feel like very different petals. But right now, we just really don't want to get lost in our own pattern. Because when you're new, you can get really lost in your painting. Actually, I can get lost in my painting now. Be like, what?
I have to set them up and just walk away sometimes.
Do you ever get like really mad at a painting?
Oh, yeah. I have an emergency contact person in town. I literally call her and send her a picture and go, help me with this. It's driving me crazy. She almost came and helped me with the mural one time because I was like, just at that point where I absolutely wanted to paint over everything and start over. You need people to talk you down.
You do. That's what community is nice for, is they help you like, I'm going to set fire to it.
Exactly.
That's what's happening next. Fire. Fire.
It deserved it.
It does. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they just ask for it.
They do.
They do. I have taken them out. I have been so mad at paintings, I've taken them out to the corner to throw them away and been horrified when a car stops, like hits the brakes, grabs the painting, and peels off. And I'm like, no! It's horrible.
That was meant for the dump.
Just like, I was like, I set fire to them next time.
Kim was asking if we're going to do Happy Mail tonight. I was thinking probably not tonight.
Probably, no.
Your mic.
Yeah, it's been like a
Mike.
6-hour day.
Your mic.
I know.
I'm going to get good at this mic.
I know you will. I should remind you until then. Actually, what'll
Because
happen...
the sticky. I'm going to sell you the sticky. It's so sticky. I do. I want to sell something so bad. We do have the Etsy store where I do my watercolor paintings, and Bromoline was just purchased.
Yeah, and we're going to apply all of the stuff from the stores towards studio gear.
Yeah,
and that's
more cameras and.
Yeah, but we're going to announce more of that later. But we're going to set up a little internal crowdfunding program where you guys can come in and purchase artwork and stuff that we have up, and all of that will go directly to buying gear in the studio, so for upgrading and getting this stuff working. So
I cannot love that, right?
Yeah, so that way it's a direct way you guys can help out that way.
Now, just to be a big pain in your tuskuses, I'm going to get another 1/2 inch bright right there. And I'm going to just make my sky color again, which is, the little bit of my yellow into my blue with my titanium white. And I'm going to give this, I'm going to go around my flower with this second coat. And I just found I needed it, and I'm seeing that I need it now. And I know if I don't do it, you guys won't do it, and we all need it.
You need to pull both the close-up camera and your camera over. And actually, if you can just scoot the picture over just a touch.
This way?
Yeah, other way.
Or this way?
Perfect. See?
Okay, all right. So but we'll do this on the up-close camera.
Yeah.
It's just this second coat. I don't know if you can see it on your at home, but there's a lot of the canvas showing through, and that just bugs the heck out of me. So I'm going to just go ahead and have a little moment here, paint nicely around my flowers, and just make sure I've got some beautiful sky happening. Sometimes it's things like that second coat that makes a difference in a painting. And if you're doing craft paints at all, you will be doing a second coat. Just
Oh, yeah.
embrace that. But I mean, sometimes I have to do it on golden. Sometimes I'll paint golden. It needs a second coat. It just does.
Yeah.
You have that experience, Angela?
Well, yeah, some paints are more transparent than others, and they'll just, they don't cover as well. So
Where are you at? You keep running around there. You're putting paint down.
I'm just putting some
Every once
paint.
in a while, you'll go over there and you'll start doing something just off the cameras. And
Just
I can't,
messing with you?
Yeah, and I can't see on any camera what you're doing, so I end up searching around for you.
I in no way plan that.
Yeah.
No.
Your Machiavellian plan to keep me jumping around cameras.
Because this is what we should do with our lives. Is your husband still there helping you out?
no, he's gone.
He bailed?
I'm alone.
You're alone.
They all went. And he's making dinner or something. I think. I think he ordered. I heard the doorbell ring earlier. So
You have company that's just waiting for you to be done
Carolyn's
painting.
watching The Voice without me. We've got 2 weeks. She was on vacation, so she's got 2 weeks to fill in.
So there was an interesting question. Donna was asking if you guys are painting from the same reference photo.
I don't have a reference photo.
So
I'm doing what Cinnamon's doing.
Yeah.
Trying to.
It's really hard.
It's super hard because you can't watch what you're doing and watch what Cinnamon's doing at the same time. Like I can't watch what I'm painting and watch what you're painting at the same time. So
yeah, so I can actually, if you give me just a second, I can pull that reference photo right up here on screen.
Yeah,
for
on occasion.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
no! All I have is the traceable.
I know. I sent you all. I sent you everything. I sent you her painting, my painting.
I have her painting.
You have her painting, my painting, and some of the cool graphics.
I have all the graphics. I just don't have your finished painting. It's the
I
only one
don't know why that didn't go through.
I should say I may have it. I just may not have it loaded. Is what
Okay.
maybe.
All right. Well, that's fine. I'll hold up my little canvas every once in a while. It's poinsettias. People will get you guys will get the point. It's a poinsettia. It's just a bunch of these weird little diamond shapes.
But Angela is on a live Skype call with us, so that's why there's no delay between Angela and us. But you guys are catching the whole feed about 30 seconds later as it gets piped out across the internet.
it's been working out great. I've loved this. It's been so much fun.
It has actually worked out really good.
And Chuck Carson got us our awesome graphics.
Yay, Chuck. See, aren't we cute? We're
Oh, I love it.
we look so skinny and young.
I know. He needs to do one for the spring now.
Yeah, we have been saying we'd like to do spring if this went over really well. So
Yeah.
is this? Should she and I meet back up sometime around spring and drop off another one of these?
Yeah, I would say so, but based on the reaction in the channel of everyone just, they're loving this. You guys painting along together and chatting. It just adds another wonderful layer, I think, to the community all being able to be here with you guys.
That is very cool.
I've
Well,
had a blast.
It has been fun, like the planning it and the talking, and then we've been Skyping, and then she and
I
we're
know.
like this. We're
I
like,
can't talk on the
the
phone.
kids don't have
Get off
dinner.
in under 2 hours.
Just Facebook is like, what's going on over there?
Like World War III going on.
It's super fun.
So, I'm curious, are you guys using the same brands of paint?
I don't think so.
What do you paint with?
I'm painting with Golden and Liquitex.
I'm painting with Golden Liquitex, and I think there's a tube of Matisse in there somewhere
Okay.
of
Oh,
Phthalo.
lovely.
Yeah, they're all.
My colors may look different because my camera is probably not the greatest.
No, and you have me, mine's like all painterly, and yours is like all smooth.
And let's just be honest. I have 3 cameras made by the same manufacturer, 2 of them that are identical, and I have a really, really hard time getting color correctness
Yeah.
in the studio because of, and I'm learning a lot about it. Between light, brightness, and all sorts of other stuff, you have to have special live color matching software to get all this to do right.
It's intense. All right, I'm gonna start having some fun here. Not like I wasn't before, but I'm gonna start having some fun. I'm going to find a clean spot of yellow. And I'm going to make a nice bright orange with my cad red. So I've got a little cad yellow and cad red. And it's going to give me this very, very bright orange. Right? You can see that? Now you might want to get just a scotch, a smidge. I like to think of it as like cayenne chili peppers, a small amount. See, that went too much. Doesn't take too much to just really take it over.
Wow, yeah.
Right. I got it back though. And that's why I'm like, go in small amounts and add just a little
Bit of white.
little bit of white to it. And then we're going to start working in our leaf. Now this leaf, this is a lot of fun because it's a lot of different little ranges of color. It actually is my favorite. Gotta move it where I can really see it. This hairdryer must go. Bye, hairdryer. And I'm gonna pull this down. I'm adding this here. I'm coming around. And there's an imaginary line in my mind that I'm gonna put in a second for real, but that is the leaf being bisected. I'm adding a little more red, and I'm gonna come around this side. Just bringing this in. Just this hot color right here. Come up here. Right there, this hot color. Now I'm going to get the titanium. Get right on my brush. I haven't rinsed it. Might pick up a little more color. And I'm going to come down. And imagine kind of blending out from the center of this leaf. Just a little bit. We're not doing a botanical rendering here, so we can be very abstract. But this is that implied line. When we were in Angela's thing, we were talking about the direction of the feathers of the birds. And this, just a little bit of directionality, will help you shape the leaf. Grabbing a little yellow, haven't rinsed my brush, back into the titanium. See, that pops a little yellow there. And, you know, come back over into your cad red. Come around this outside edge. Start getting this nice little leaf in. I'm so relaxed from doing your female bird. She was a lot of fun to do.
She was.
So I pull this here. There's, I think, a little of this burnt over here that I just picked up. That's a lot of what I do as an artist. I'll like, ooh, what's that yummy color? Pick it up.
Yeah.
You look delicious. I will Borg assimilate you and put you in the painting.
Yes.
So I guess I have a slightly maniacal inner dialogue when I'm painting.
So
yes.
I noticed on your palette there you have a lot of water there on that.
Water where?
On the color you just picked up.
I don't think so.
Oh no, it just looked like that.
It just looked like it did because it's doing that pull away thing. But that one wasn't actually that wet. I added a little fluid to it, but not like a crazy amount.
So what kind of texture are they working for here?
This is a smooth paint, so you would want this like, you know, creamy and smoothie going over the surface. You don't want it like a dry brush skipping over the surface. Right? And with this, believe it or not, with this peach on here, I'm going to come get a little yellow. Little yellow. And it's got a little of the blue already on this palette, so then I'm getting this green. And everything is sort of still wet here, and you actually want that. It's okay if it's dry, but it's really nice if it's still wet. And I'm going to create a line down the center. Now, what I really loved when I was doing this was the way that the peach and the green actually interacted. And I'm going to take a little vein off to the left and down. And a little vein above it off and to the right. I'm getting a little dry in my brush. So I'm going to pick up a little more of the green.
Now, this is a wet on wet technique?
This is wet into wet.
Wet into wet.
Wet into wet.
Gotcha. Now, is that
This is not like alla prima, though.
It's not like alla prima.
It is not like alla prima.
So what is the difference there?
I would say that the difference is in this is really about how oils perform. It is the way that you got, you know how when you see an oil painter doing it and they've pre-gessoed the canvas. That's one of the things they do. They put it like the coat of gesso and then they start working the yellow into it and it blends really soft. Oils have this process by which you can paint wet, alla prima, wet and wet on wet really quickly, and you can use the palette knife and it skips over the top, and between those two things you can kind of pull a painting out very quickly. For landscape painting, is that pretty much where you're at with that on Angela?
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm learning.
So,
something.
you
I
know,
call it wet on wet, so I probably don't say the right thing.
well, because I'm trying to pull these colors into each other and get this blend here happening on the canvas, but there's a slightly different thing that happens in oils. Acrylics can do alla prima, especially if you have a golden open acrylic. You can actually do that. But it was really an 11th century technique that was created so people could get outside and get something painted real quick and get back inside.
Right.
And then Bill Alexander created a whole painting movement around it, and his student Bob Ross did all the rest.
So, Flame Gremlin was
Love
just...
your leaf, Angela.
Can I see an up close of your cinnamon?
Yeah, why don't you pull it up here? No. Why don't you pull
There
it?
we go.
And you should show your other canvas
I
as
missed
well.
the vein here. I just needed to know where to put that. Okay.
Yeah, it's just down the middle. Somewhere.
Right down the middle. And
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem. I'm still working my vein anyways. I'm still working my veins.
So Flame Gremlin was saying that she was so upset because she just popped a rhinestone off of her nail.
And she saw what happened to mine?
No, I was just commenting that you were upset because you had the same thing happen.
Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I went to the nail salon where dreams go to die because I didn't have time to go to my nail salon, and that was such an experience. I got some darker green I'm going to be working into my vein while I wax about my story. And if I get a thumbs down, I apologize, but you're going to hear now what happened to me. So I couldn't get to my guy, Billy, who's like a genius with nails, and I didn't have time today. And so I was like, well, I'll go to the place up close to me, because how bad could that be?
Bad.
Oh, my word. So I always come in with, like, I had this picture, this really great set of nails that I was going to do that were poinsettias, and I had the picture, and I knew I wanted a blue base, and it was going to be kind of like my hat. It was going to be cool. And I found like 25 references for it on Pinterest. So I was like, it's pretty believable somebody could do this. And I go in and I'm like, can you do this? And she's like, yeah, we got you right now. You go sit down.
Oh, no.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And the lady who was doing it, they'd really grown out and I needed a fill. And she was like grinding and she wasn't getting all the shellac off. And I was like, that's kind of weird because usually they soak your nails in the little tinfoil tippy-tippies.
Yes.
But she's just trying to grind it off. And I'm like, oh, no.
No.
Not one of the grinders. And so she's grinding, and it was just getting to be like a problem, and now it's taking forever and amount of time. And then she pulls out blue polish, and she's going to just start painting my nails. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I paint your nails this color. And I'm like, no. And I kept telling her I want shellac, and I kept showing her the designs. And when I'm talking to her, she's talking in, I didn't ask, but I think it was Thai, to her friend while I'm talking.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
So not listening.
Not
Listening.
It was
I'm
a
sorry.
bad time.
I'm going to finish. John wants me to stop. I'm going to finish this soapbox. Because I never ever kept saying, I kept saying,
about the, yeah.
shellac, I need a fill, and I need shellac, and I need somebody who understands me to give me a fill and shellac. And so it just took, and then she painted, she did fill, but she just filled over the old, I'm going to have to go get my nails all pulled, over the old nails. And then I did manage to get a shellac, and then I was like, I want poinsettias, so then they put these rhinestones on my fingers.
And they're popping off.
And they're just popping off. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Not good.
Now that I've told that story, I need to get into the official cocktail of our, if you saw it posted in the group, here it is. Here is the
real
official cocktail.
Well, we got like 120 people in here.
I'm sorry, 120 people, that you had to hear about my nails, but it was just really a thing.
Feel your pain.
We were sharing some nail.
It was so upsetting.
You were too. You were really upset when you came home too. You were like, "I'm gonna get those nail people. They're so lucky I have to broadcast it there. I
Get
go
on
back
Yelp
and
right
get 'em."
now.
It's so tempting. Like, I just want to, like, take a snapshot and then, like, Twitter it and Yelp it. And like, I know social media. Stop being mean to me. So I've taken a little bit of blue over to my magenta, but not a lot. I don't want it to be all the way purple. And I'm going to pull out with my, and this is where I really love the unbleached titanium. I had a lot of fun with this. So, because I don't normally necessarily get into these. Right? And then, and this is going to be crazy. Go ahead and get a little Cad Red. Because they do this cool thing together that I love. And I'm going to work these leaves up here. And this is super, super fun. And these have one layer after this, but I love getting this one in. And I'm going to try to make my little edge here uneven. Jackie Chan my edge. I don't know if you've been in my channel enough to know what the Jackie Chan is, Angela. Do you know what the Jackie Chan is?
No.
So you know how Jackie Chan does the drunken monkey style of martial arts?
Yes.
Well, that's what this is. Like you're just trying to Jackie Chan the edge of your painting.
Got it. I like it.
So that's what we're doing. So there's this nice bright, isn't this just incredible? I love this color.
Best.
Is that the Q Tridone?
Yeah, it's the Q and the unbleached titanium and a scotch of the Cad Red. I'm going to come give the little frame. And I might make the frame a little bigger. I'm not really sure. But I kind of like it small. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Okay, this was the ones that are over the top. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are the top ones. They just really, these two are real light, and I really like those. And I'm going to not even rinse my brush. I'm going to come over to my Cad over here with all that paint just still on my brush because I'm crazy like that. And I'm going to start painting this leaf in. Maybe pick up a little more magenta into that there. There you go. Just a little more magenta into that. Come over here. This is really bright and really fun. Oh, got too much Cad there. That's okay though. Just work it out. So much Cad on that one. Such a bright leaf. When Cad is bright, it is bright.
Yeah.
When it's popping, it is popping. And you just sometimes have to deal with that. And that's okay. I'm just pulling that here. And you might want to grab a little burnt sienna and work that leaf back a little bit. It got a little crazy. And that'll happen. Just pulling that in. Just pulling that in. I'm going to get a little of that green and work a little bit of this leaf with that green. And you see it just makes this cool thing in there. So I'm going to work that. Now I've got to get this deep dark color. The deep dark. So I'm going to take a little of my phthalo, my Cad Red, and I'm going to come right here. This is a very dark color. Grab some of your Quin if you need to. Sometimes I do. To get it into that purple range we're looking for. So that's the phthalo, the Cad Red, and the Quin making a deep dark color. You just want those to pull along here.
Can you believe it? Mona is up at 1:36 in the morning.
Mona, you are amazing.
She's just painting it in.
Mona never sleeps.
I don't think
Mona
so.
does not sleep.
Not on painting days, at least.
Not on painting days. Mona takes painting days very seriously.
Right.
I picked up a lot more Cad Red here, and I'm coming and adding this Cad Red to this side of the leaf. And I'm working this wet into wet here, and so that is what gives me my nice blending. While the paint is still wet, it's pretty willing to blend. You know, once it's dry, not as much. And I'm just grabbing a little more Cad. A little more Cad over here. And I'm coming over this leaf in the back. And this isn't pure Cad, right? This has a little bit of other mixture in it, so it's not a pure Cad. You want to use your pure Cads when you're ready for the big pop. That's what artists kind of really use pure Cad for, is the big pop. When you're doing the big pop, it's kind of blowing everybody's mind. I'm going to pull a little bit of this color through the leaf back here and just kind of deepen that. And I'm going to remember I have to paint around the edges so I don't hear about it later. Because Angel started that, if you're wondering why you're painting around the edges. And I'm gonna
Sometimes I'd leave my paint, you know, when I'm doing mine, sometimes I'll leave them blank and then I'll just go back and paint them black. But I do like a gallery edged canvas.
Yeah, I do too.
Because then you don't have to frame it.
Now I'm pulling a little blue into the base of this leaf. All right, so I've got a little blue, and I'm letting it blend into the green here. It's fun stuff we're doing. Don't get yourself stressed about it. Grabbing a little bit of that quin there, a little bit of that magenta. Not saying it. No one will ever get me to say it again.
The paint that shall not be named.
The paint that shall not be named. That Angela Anderson brought into our lives. We can be like forever like, it was Angela. She did it. Now I'm going to grab some the magenta
awesome
and
color.
a little of the titanium white because I want to pull this edge just a titch between these two. This is a big thing here. It didn't happen on the first one, but it's happening here. And so sometimes you guys have to make adjustments. You're like, if your petal isn't looking like it's going to pop from the previous petal, you've got to sometimes make adjustments in your painting. You have to make adjustments as you're going and be flexible enough to do that. Because what you definitely want, especially in a graphic piece like this, is to be able to tell one field of color from the other fields of color. So do what you gotta do.
I love all the colors going on in this.
Oh, it was super fun. I felt, I felt kind of bad because I was like, at first I was like, okay, I'll do the poinsettia, and hadn't really thought about it or thought about painting poinsettias.
Yeah.
But when I got into painting them, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got like the fun gig.
Yeah.
Because it was so colorfully fun,
I know. It's perfect for you.
But I'm really proud of my cardinals. I won't lie to you. I had a lot of fun. My girl cardinal, she's
I
got
never
a lot.
saw them. I didn't get to even see them. I went
You
straight
didn't?
over here and I started.
Well, I'm posting them up in the Angelooney group.
Yeah, well, I'll watch that too. But yeah, I'll definitely be posting this too.
We'll have to have a talk in a meeting, like, do we keep the group open till spring? Just rebrand it?
I think we need to rename it. Just leave it Angelooney, painting and
Yeah.
Let the group roll.
just every season that we do one, just change the name of the event.
And if it isn't that season in your area, we're not being mean. We're not picking on
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We're not messing with you.
We do have such an international audience. You forget.
Yeah. You're like in New Zealand going, great, winter. That's awesome.
That's exactly what we want.
Middle of summer for them right
I'm
now.
completely feeling it. Sippy. Anything going on?
Lots of it. Quinac Crodone. No, I'm saying it wrong.
You just
Kim's trying.
Kim is just not giving up on you.
She has hope.
Kim.
She has hope. But at least now I know what color my mic cover is.
It is. That's true. All right, I have to go off camera to get it.
It's okay. You have a long leash.
I have a, all
Here,
right.
zoom in on her painting again, John, if you don't mind, real quick. There we go.
Oh, you're doing great, Angela. You're all beautiful and organized. It's all structural.
I feel like I'm missing a petal in here. I think I missed something going on.
No, we just have
that
it.
is. Oh yeah, I missed this whole section here. This.
Oh,
purple.
you'll paint that in. You're fine. You don't even need me.
Okay. Here.
I'm supplemental to Angela's art journey here. Do you want your fluffy thing
My
back?
fluffy. You see, isn't that? But look at this camera. You can show it the camera. Isn't that the right color?
It is.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Well, I was going to show Angela what I did.
What'd you do? Oh, show your painting.
Oh, I love it. Yay.
See, so.
Oh, he turned out so good.
Yeah, and she was a little fluffy and mad, I guess.
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
Yeah, here we go, because
Okay.
I'm a little hot on my lights. There we go. You can
Oh,
kinda
it's
see it.
beautiful.
And we're splattering later. You're supposed to splatter yours.
Yes, I forgot that step. I can't believe I forgot the snow. That's the funnest part.
Yeah. I do that all the time where I'm like finishing painting and I'm like,
I need that back. Actually, whack my face into it every time I reach over.
he needs his camera thing back. I got to get used to this new headset.
You like it?
I do like it. I do really, really like it. And kind of let my girl Angela catch up with me. Like messing around.
I have the largest petal here. I don't
No,
know
it's
what's going on with
ginormous.
it.
Don't even feel bad about it. It's weird. It's ginormous. Ignore it. I looked at the poinsettias. They have these weird giant petals.
Okay,
You don't
good.
even have to like. I'm putting out a little. I did not do good paint management,
Adjust
which means I have to
out.
put out a little more yellow. Like you do. Like you do.
I got behind because I had to put more clean paint on my palette. It was too dirty for mine.
I so understand that. You have no idea. So I'm gonna gray out my orange a little bit with some green, like we did before, and I'm gonna get some of my unbleached titanium, and I'm gonna come define this little leaf here. And I remember I had like talked about like letting it be a little bit curved into its little friend. It's gonna be a little bit off the reservation. Make sure it's got a Jackie Chan-y little edge of weirdness. Now, are poinsettias everywhere, do you think? Do they think they ship these things everywhere?
No, I would think so. I know they're kind of a tropical plant. When I grew up in, the desert, my godparents had a poinsettia that grew like a tree. It was huge.
Really?
Yes, in the desert, Palm Springs.
That
area.
is crazy.
It was crazy. It was huge. And she just put a potted plant down and let it grow, and it loved the desert.
Wow. Angela and I grew up in California.
Yep. California girls.
And then moved to the South, and that's why we do things like
I know
her.
nothing. That's why we have the weirdest accents ever. Part Southern, part California. Valley girl.
Crazy. So I had this orange, and I
Your
don't know
mic-
what happened.
you
I
had
went
to
over and got
Pull
my
your mic up, Cinnamon.
I went and got over into my magenta. I had the orange and the white, and I went and got my magenta. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to work this leaf. A lot of times what I do is I'm just not washing my brush. There's magical things happening on your brush. You don't even know about that if you just, and in your palette, like if it picks up like a little of the bluish pink, the way that it can all blend together. And my brush is a little bit dry here on these upper leaves, and I'm letting some of the paint underneath show through now. Getting kind of dry brushy with what I'm going on. I'm going to get a little of this magenta with the... Now there was some blue in here that was already there. I'm going to come hit this petal behind me here. Coming and hitting this petal behind me here. Fun stuff. Having fun. Love it. Love it. How have we been doing? Like, have people been hanging in, John?
Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of people in here. I have an ongoing chat with them that's going on otherwise.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's matter of fact, we're just talking about children and having to pop off to take care of kids and all sorts of things. So,
Yeah. There's a reality of that, isn't there?
Yep, there was making fun of my mic covers and why I picked the pink one. Luna picked the pink one.
Luna picked the pink one, yeah. I
So.
want this a little more orangey yellow than... So sometimes you'll see something. I want these to be the very bright pink things, and it started to get a little pink on me here, and it will mess with what I was trying to do if I let that happen. So I went and got some more yellow into that mix. Little decisions that you make when you go. Because sometimes you want a color surprise in a painting. And I'm going to dry brush this right here. This brush is drier. Get a little more white on my brush and a little more yellow. And paint his little friend. So he's not quite the same. I'm loving this unbleached titanium.
Isn't it a great color? I use it all the time.
It really is.
So Mark and Audie and
Hi.
Maricha are all on a Google Hangout painting this as well.
Oh, how fun!
Maricha, are you wearing your tiara?
Ooh.
Are you? And who's doodling on whose face? I come doodle on your face. I've been drinking.
Oh, is there an art game tonight? Is that what's happening?
Well, in that, if you go into Google Hangouts, you have the option to
Mike.
doodle on your friends' faces. Who's
Oh,
not
do
gonna...
you?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
doing
that's
it.
Fun.
You have to fix your mic though.
I'm gonna fix
We need to do a Google Hangouts video sometime, Cinnamon. That'd be hilarious.
it. Yeah,
Wouldn't it?
it really would.
Just a silly Google Hangouts and people tell us what to paint on each other's faces.
I would do it.
I would too. Hey, you got me on camera earlier for the pre-show, so
It's true. That was exciting.
that was really fun.
I'm just doing a little CAD into my magenta over here for this giant leaf. This biggest leaf ever. I still got to paint his gray little friend, but I needed to decide what tone this one was. And I'm making sure I'm worrying about, directionality of brush strokes. I might even pick up some unbleached titanium to lighten some of it. Work this little edge here. These leaves are so much bigger on a 12 by 12. It's so weird how different it is.
So there's a question. Do you have raspberries in your sippy sippy?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Oh. Kim was curious. She thought that might be what was in there.
There is raspberries. And you want to know what, Kim? They are delicious. Sorry.
She
I'm
thinks
being
that
cheeky. I am totally good with Kim. I don't know why there's any raspberry taunting going on. I apologize.
So we have a legitimate art question before we get too far into the sippy sippy.
All right. But this might be the last chance you have for me to answer an art question.
There was also a suggestion to get you a straw for your new microphone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Then you wouldn't have to do the mic flip.
I feel so... I'm kind of showing it off. Every time I got to flip it, it's like...
Technology is best when it's unseen.
I don't know. I'm really liking my technology being seen. Some people have cars and shoes. Right now I have this mic.
We have new microphones and mixers and compressors.
You need to bling it up, Cinnamon.
I do.
Decorate it.
I don't know if you can rhinestone a compressor.
You can rhinestone anything.
You could. Although it might void the warranty. Send back Black Magic receives their switcher and it's like covered in rhinestones. They're like, yeah, no. I don't know what you guys are doing up there, but no.
What happened there, but
No, we don't do that.
it's not our fault.
It's not okay, dudes.
We are not responsible for that.
I'm pulling some just cad yellow and some unbleached titanium onto my brush. And I'm making sure that I've got some of that worked into the center of this petal just a little bit for just color drama. While it's still a little wet. Just a little bit.
No bedazzling and broadcasting.
There is no bedazzling? Who made up that rule?
I'm just,
A man.
Thank you, Angel. We have been hard on men today. What is the deal?
My husband's the best. I don't know why I tease him so bad. But
I know.
I could only tease him that way because it's a joke.
Yeah.
If it was serious, it would not be funny.
It really wouldn't. I just pulled some bright orange here, which I'm probably going to knock back in a minute, but I just wanted something that was a little poppier from its little background. So we've got that happening there. So this is looking pretty good.
I'm so far behind, it's not even funny. I'm making up my own colors at this point.
You know what? Make up your own colors. I will tell you the truth. I got a little behind on yours and did the same thing. I was like, I don't know, we're doing something over here. So I won't take it at all personally. If I watch the replay and I'm like, oh, she mixed off palette.
What is she doing?
I am taking...
Don't follow me, folks. That's all I'm saying.
or follow her. She may have a better path.
Oh, no.
So we actually had a question about titanium white, about the unbleached titanium white.
I have an answer, but before I answer that, I'm just letting people know I've taken some green and added some burnt sienna to it, and I'm kind of creating the idea that this is maybe a different leaf than this leaf. Just something I'm having to do. I'm just letting people know. All right. What's the question about unbleached titanium?
Well, is there a benefit of unbleached titanium with certain colors?
Well, the bleached titanium has a very high pigment load, and it's got a high tint. It's like a high tint value. So when you put it into something, it brightens it. But what if you wanted to lighten it but not brighten it?
Yes.
So that's all we're doing. We're lightening without brightening. Lightening
It's a
without
warmer white too, so it works better for, it's just got a different,
Yeah.
it just tints things a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's just not as
Not as harsh.
potent. Yeah. Though I'll tell you what, when you're doing student paints, you're just so grateful for the white. So I
When
mix
you're doing what paintings?
any kind of student paints, that white, that bright white sometimes has enough pigment to make up for the weaker pigment loads of the colors.
Right.
So I've just sort of worked that there, and I'm going to add a little white to my brush. Now, just add a little white, and I'm going to come down the center.
There we go.
And I'm just going to do some veining. See a little veining? Just a little veining. Just saying that this is a little veined leaf. It's a vein leaf. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to get content ID'd.
No kidding, right?
just so annoying. Because I don't think you can just sing along. I think they can get you if you just sing, right?
I don't
Really?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know either, and so I just don't. You know what they've done? They've stopped my singing and made a very dark green, and I'm
I've
painting.
wondered about that with people who do cover songs on YouTube, whether they get to keep any royalties or how that works.
I have no idea. And you need a multi-channel network to know, and then I just feel like there's got to be somebody that can ask that question without giving them 30% of my money.
Yeah.
Or 50. Or 60. Or as in Secret's case, like none. Alright. So I made that much darker there. And I'll pick up a little of my yellow on the brush and just add a little highlight in that space.
There you go.
I just grabbed a little yellow. I didn't go crazy.
Well, yeah, your zoomed your zooming camera's just a little off, so I couldn't
got
find
it.
you.
All right, so here, I'll do it again. I'm just putting a little bit of the yellow into that dark green.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Super easy mellow stuff. Super easy mellow stuff.
You were just playing the not on camera game.
We're just playing the not on camera game. Not on my camera.
This is the funnest painting, Cinnamon. I just have to say, this is so fun.
Thank you.
I don't know why I haven't done a poinsettia before. This is.
I know they're
awesome.
super. They're just enjoyable.
Yeah, because you'd like. I don't know. I think I want purple here. Yeah, why not?
Just give it some.
So fun.
So is unbleached titanium used more in flesh tones and things?
No.
No.
No, interestingly enough. I'll tell you what, flesh tones. Well, I'm letting Angela do her thing. This is my 2 cents on flesh tones. Had this in my life. I've had Walter Foster books since I was a little girl. And actually that was more how, you know how kids don't listen to their parents. So that my mom just hooked me up with a bunch of these, and that's where I learned to draw horses and do all that. This is a really epically good color mixing book. And here's the truth. We get really familiar with maybe mixing one kind of skin tone, right? And then you can't do tan, you can't do reflective light, you can't, do a crowd of people. This book is that solution, and in general, titanium white actually is the formula. Generally, skin tones are titanium white, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, Naples yellow, burnt sienna, burnt umber, viridian green, and cerulean blue are colors that you need. And this one has recipes for dude, your ears are not what your lips are. It's just crazy. It's worth picking up. They have it on Amazon. It also has eyes.
It has eyes?
Yeah, and
That's
here,
creepy.
no, it's really cool. Okay, so this gray eye, right? Here,
Use
maybe
the
I
other
need
camera?
to do it here. This gray eye. I wouldn't necessarily have that just in my memory, so sometimes it's nice to pull this out because I don't think Viridian green constantly. It's just not the green I go to. Right?
Me either.
And
It's so
frankly,
vibrant. It's hard to control it.
it's hard to control it, and you wouldn't think it's like the key to your skin tones, like
Right.
ever.
So what's that? What does that book run? Does it say on the back of it what its suggested MSRP is?
Yeah, it does. $9.95 in the U.S., but it's usually cheaper on Amazon. It's like-
Wow. So probably like $30 in Canada.
yes.
It's just they kill us about it.
Yeah.
But they have a whole bunch of that, and it's okay to have books around. My mom, like, she teaches massive workshops on color mixing. She still has color mixing books around. We all have color mixing books around because you have a life, and you just can't be just sitting there with. You have a palette that you kind of go to, and you kind of work it out with your palette, and sometimes you forget to break the mold. That's what the book is for.
Yeah. I need to get that. I don't have that book.
Hey,
It's a good book.
we get a lot of.
They are not a sponsor.
Too bad.
They should be.
Maybe they should be. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody should sponsor me. Lord. I'm going to take a little of my cad yellow over to my unbleached titanium.
I think that cad yellow is hiding underneath the Angela frame.
Is it? Well, yeah, it might be
is.
hiding underneath the Angela. There's some cad yellow over here, so I'll come over here. I think it's cad yellow over to my unbleached. And I'm going to just come here
I'm gonna turn our music down.
around and just sort of dab this little. Try to vary up the value of it as you're going around, but that's really all you're doing is you're just varying up the values of what's happening here. Just a little bit.
So we get a lot of comments about our music, about how much people like it.
Thank you.
And you know what's great is we have some new collaborations with some musicians coming up that we're going to be bringing in their music into our live show.
We
That'd
hope.
be awesome.
Yeah.
We hope.
We hope. Well, no, it's I'm working on it right now. So we've already got all of our agreements in place. So here pretty soon we'll start working with some of that. And they were.
I'm mixing a bright pink with the magenta and the white and kind of working in here just while we're talking about that. It's I'm excited about that actually.
You helped find actually the first musician approached you, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
What color are you using there, Cinnamon?
I'm using the Quinn magenta in the unbleached.
What was the yellow?
Just cad yellow and unbleached.
Okay.
I'm just trying to create some little leaf. We need some leaf drama here. We need some drama. I hear crying. That worries me.
I will go check on it.
Would you? That's the unhappy cry.
Oh.
Uh-oh. You go see she's okay?
Mama knows.
Well, you know they have that annoyed cry that you don't have to respond to,
Exactly.
and then they have the cry that's like, I'm just still working in this color, guys, so I'm not, even though John's not here switching the palette cam, I'm just working that little mixture. Just trying to create some drama in this little center leaf. Just a little bit. Just popping it. Woo! Are you having fun, girl?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, because my mother-in-law went home. She's like, well, I saw it. See, if you came to town, we could have you in the studio.
I know. We totally have to do that sometime.
Yes, you can have a piece of paper. That was my son Spider needing a piece of paper. We're pros. You want to say hi? Well, I have to pick you up.
Oh, what a cutie.
Oh wait, how did you get in there?
I sneaked in.
You sneaked in.
He sneaks in a lot of my stuff.
All right, come on.
He's a sneaker.
I think my leaf veins are different than yours. But, oh well, we'll make it work. I don't know. I got a little happy with my veining here.
No, get happy. We should all get happy with our painting, right? We should all be a little excited, a little happy, a little enjoying our painting.
Loving it.
Loving it a little bit. Loving it a little bit. I'm going to come in and I'm going to make a little green again. Dark green.
Have to adjust your mic back up.
I'm going to make a little dark green again. How's the sound on this? I'm just going to...
It's great when you adjust the mic up. Can you pull your... Oh, sorry, the close-up camera too?
Yeah, I can. We're such a pro show, aren't we?
We are. It's like, it's all going to get there.
No, I'm talking up
Jasper.
Normal screen size here.
Just making sure this green has got a nice clean. You want that space in here to put those little dots because they're kind of critical to your poinsettia experience. And this is sort of interesting. This is the next bit is a detail brush. If I have to find my correct size detail, because for the little canvas it was pretty easy to hit the detail. But for the bigger canvas, it's harder. You know what I mean? It's like harder to figure out what size detail do I want to mess with. And I think I'm going to do, put a little more Quinn here. We're going to call this Quinn. That's what's happening. And I'm just going to mix it into my unbleached.
Carolyn?
Yeah, and it's kind of a fluid. I'm making sort of a fluid consistency, quite light. Right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little outline of all my little petals. So if I show you here, like one of the things that I have here is these are all outlined.
Ah.
So we're going to do that. It's a nice little touch, and it adds some dimensionality. It reminds me a little bit of Mary Mecco. And it's thinking, and that's always fun for me. Fabulous designer. Boy, her stuff is not cheap. Not that I resent her prices, I'm just saying. It's like Mackenzie Childs, not inexpensive. Have you been exposed to Miss Mackenzie Childs?
I think so.
Yeah.
I might have. I don't know. I'm not the best with names, if you haven't noticed. I'm so bad.
We've always remembered mine, and that's cool.
That's all that matters, right?
I know who you
I
mean.
I remember my kids' names too.
There you go. So that's what this is. I'm just making a nice little outline around my little leaves. It's just fun. It doesn't have to be the most, like, I'm going to predict now that Angela does a very neat and tidy outline, but it doesn't have to be. I'm going to even come down the center of my green here and define this little veining even more.
And so can you go over how you mix the color there for the outline?
Yeah, it is just the magenta and the unbleached titanium and then water. I could have sprayed water in, or I can do the dip and disperse. The dip and disperse. And the other thing is I keep the brush from overloading by either rolling it out on the towel or rolling it out on the palette. Yeah. And I'm just painting with a small detail. Has a nice point. It isn't being too crazy on me. I got to replace my details a lot. I don't know about, do you have to replace your details a lot? I got to replace my details a lot.
Yes. They don't last very long.
This isn't like watercolor brushes where like you buy them and then you're done.
Right. Acrylics are very hard on brushes. They have a short, brushes have a short lifespan usually with acrylics.
It's like mayflies.
What brush are you using to outline them? Same one?
I am using a number 6 detail from Creative Mark.
Okay.
Which is that size, like if you look in relationship to my thumb.
Yes.
There you go. I actually talked with the head over there at Creative Mark once, and was like, "What is the deal with the brushes? Like, why don't you guys all have the same size?" And he was like, "Well, there's no like universal sizing for brushes.
You just make it up."
Yeah. They just don't have any oversight committee making them do it.
That looks like my number 4, honestly. It's pretty similar. It might even be smaller than my number 4.
Yeah, and this is a 6.
I know, yeah.
And that's the deal. For a while there, I thought it was like millimeter. You know, I'm so unfamiliar with the metric that I just figured it was like millimeters or something.
Yeah.
And then I was really shocked to be like, it's not, which made me think I don't understand the metric system enough. I'm starting to put centimeter measurements in my description for people.
Oh, are you? That's smart.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the world that uses science uses metric system.
Yeah. And I accept this.
You should pull your mic up a little.
I should. I do accept that, though, having traveled.
I feel like I missed a couple of these petals, but we'll find out soon enough, I guess.
You know, I don't think you can, you know, even if you do, I don't really feel like you can even mess this up, though, if that makes sense.
Oh, you're right.
It just is a great if you did this on a giant canvas, can you imagine this on like a 60 by 60?
Gorgeous.
Your friends would be like freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And I could drop that in a
up
gallery.
all year. I like it that much.
Yeah. And I could drop that in a gallery. 60 by 60.
Oh, for sure.
Done this way. Not now. But before I released it into the YouTube verse.
Yeah. Hey, I'm putting some I'm putting the swallowtail butterfly in the gallery.
Well, yeah.
It was detailed enough.
Oh no, it's just here. The galleries are like if it's on Etsy or on Deviant or anywhere online, they won't carry it.
They won't carry it.
Mm-hmm.
My gallery is so laid back. It's so nice.
I'm so envious of your laid back gallery.
It's so great. It's right there in Little Rock. It's all Arkansas artists, so they're just really supportive. I love it.
They need to be.
Yeah. Well, and it's got the governor's papers there.
Yeah.
It's the Clinton Library. Well, not the Clinton Library. It's down the street from the Clinton Library, and it's got all the governor's papers. It's the Butler Center, and he was there for the opening, so that's why I have my picture with Clinton on my webpage.
Dude!
I got to shake his hand, and the Secret Service were all over. I was nervous. Like, I wasn't up to anything, but I felt like guilty because they were like looking down our noses the whole time.
Giving
like,
Angela
I just
Anderson
want to shake his hand.
Just did my safe, I promise.
Yeah. I wasn't even a big fan of him when he was, governor or president, but, heck, when do you get to shake the hand of an ex-president?
No, man. I feel like it's like one of those, like, you just, like, smile and go, yay!
Yeah, exactly. He did hold my hand for an awkwardly long period of time, though, I have to say.
You were like, what's happening? He's like, I will your vote.
Well, he pulled me over to another area. He was moving while he was shaking hands.
Mm-hmm.
And so he grabbed my hand, and then he kind of pulled me along with him to get to a different area. And it was kind of like pulling, I don't know, it was awkward. I was like,
well, what are you going to say? You're like, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to go over there with you, but okay.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, start a ruckus when people have, like, Secret Service.
I know, yeah.
I'm going to run a little vein of this pink down my green. That is so funny.
I know. Surreal. It's surreal meeting people like that you've seen on TV and, It's just out-of-body experience.
It really is. I'm really good. So far it's been really strange. I'm good with TV celebrities and really terrible with YouTube celebrities.
Really? You get tongue-tied?
I get freaked out. I think it's because I know how hard this is and how much work it is and what it takes for somebody. And I'm like in sheer awe of what it took to get there. Like I know, and it just freaks me. I got sip. This is serious business. By the way, the Poinsettia cocktail, very good.
I forgot to get raspberries, so... And champagne. I have vodka. Cranberry juice, so I'm going to make one later. Maybe for Thanksgiving. That's a good Thanksgiving-ish dish, I think.
He's giving me a straw.
Christopher, you're going to have to be good on Thanksgiving because you're going to be on there.
Your painting looks really good, Angela.
Thank you. I'm loving it. It's so fun.
We're almost done, too. It's like crazy.
Long.
So I've got this little tiny filbert. Tiny filbert. This is how, like, if you like, that's how small this filbert is. Yeah. They call this a number 8. Look how small it is. It's like an 8.
Oh, yeah, no. Like a number 4, maybe, if that.
So I'm going to make a nice bright green with my blue and cad yellow. And all I'm going to do in here is I'm going to make, I might zoom this in so we can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to make these little circles. Some of them are going to be round and facing me. And some of them are going to be like little half circles that are, you know, at the 3/4 view. You could do a detail brush. You could just do any brush that you're comfortable with. I just grab brushes. I feel like I heard my nose breathing out there, John.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
We'll just tilt it up.
I tilt nothing.
You tilt nothing. Yes, I can hear you breathing.
And it's now that kind of broadcast.
Well, again, these are
we get the comments, you're a real mouth breather. And then we're like, yes.
I was just
Oh, I am too.
you put a mic 3 inches from your mouth, and yes, you do hear it.
It's gonna happen.
Yep. Well, we've got to get another little box that we put in line there that is smart enough to take out those little puffs of breath.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
There's a whole nother layer of technology that we've got to work on.
So we have these little balls here in the center. And I like to do this while they're still wet. I get my detail. I'm going to make a very bright. I'm going to take the unbleached titanium and I'm going to make a very bright pink. I might even grab a little, it's under the thing, but I'm grabbing a little of the yellow.
The cad yellow hiding under there.
The cad yellow hiding under there. And I'm going to make circles inside the circles. And what's really cool is because the green is still wet, there's this awesome blending thing that makes it feel like plant life. It's really, I like that effect. What am I doing wrong? Okay. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's not like you guys aren't right here with me hearing it. I know, I breathed into the thing again. And I'm just making these little circles inside the circles. And then on the ones that are 3/4, I'm just going to do the tips. Circle on the circle. Super fun stuff.
Were the circles
They're
yellow?
they're the quin, cad, and white. It's just like a high coral. And I'm going to rinse out my filbert from its green. Rinse my filbert. While I'm letting those little circles kind of get tacky. They're so tacky. And I'm going to actually, now I'm going to take my quin over to my titanium. This is going to give me like a crazy bright. It's crazy bright. Make this very light, bright, like flamingo, man. It's insane. And I'm going to, that's too bright. You guys got to be willing to like change your mind like when you're on the canvas. And I'm going to just dry brush here on the leaves up here. This nice bright pop. Because they need it.
So, do you have to use unbleached and magenta, or are there
No.
other ways to get that?
No, you could add a little brown to your color. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can get that. It won't be exactly the same. It's like I can do the painting with phthalo blue instead of Prussian blue, like on the snow painting. Where I switched, I was like, didn't want you guys to have to go buy the paint. And you'll get a gorgeous painting, and it will feel blue, and it will have the right tones and values, but Prussian and phthalo are not the same, and so there'll be a slightly greener tint, like just marginally. But it's there. So it's like, I'll totally tell you exactly like what I'm using, but you can I do this all the time. I'm like, I don't have that yellow, and I'm going to just, you know what, I'm going to paint with the yellow that I have, and I'll lighten it with white if I need to. Like if it's a lemon yellow, I'll just lighten it with some titanium white and work it out, and I'm still going to get a great painting. I don't have to worry about it. It's just something that you can do, and it gives you a more refined. Yeah. I'm going to sippy.
You gonna sippy sippy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll leave that up then while you're sippy sippy.
I think I'm going to also, if it's here, I might even splatter my cardinals at the end.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We can do both.
Can I see the close-up again real quick?
Yeah.
It's a zoom out touch.
Yeah, you see the green bleeds into it. It's kind of nice.
Yes. Beautiful.
The green bleeds into it. And it's kind of fun. And then it's dry for me now, so I'm going to get my detail brush out. And I'm going to pull some of my unbleached. You could just do your titanium white if you didn't have the unbleached. The unbleached. It feels like...
It's very, very Game of Thrones.
It is very Game of
the
Thrones.
unbleached titanium.
And so I'm making these little star patterns with that in the center of these. Little stars. And then on the ones that are pointed out that way, I'll make the stars coming down and cross them. Kind of fun stuff. See? That's all that takes. Now, for the purposes of what I'm doing here, and I know I'm going to be making a mess, I'm going to... Oh, that's blue, so that would not be good.
What do you...
Pay attention to the tubes of your paint. That's not even a sippy problem. That's just a reading comprehension problem.
I don't even just reading because they put the color on the outside of the paint tube, don't they?
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Oh.
It's just, you know, I'm going to use my spray bottle because my water's dirty and I can't go to the kitchen and get some clean water.
I can. Do you need water?
I've already done it. It's fine.
Okay.
And I'm going to mix a thinner white. So it's got a high water content to it. Angela might have a better way that she splatters.
No, you have to have a lot of water. That's it.
Yeah, okay. My mom got me this splattering brush, and I don't know. I put it away in the studio, and I can't find it.
Oh,
it has a spring in it. It's really cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. I need one of those.
Mm-hmm. It's for exactly
I use a toothbrush a lot of times.
Toothbrushes are super good. But I'm going to do the two brush technique where I hold up another brush.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to give it a whack. And and everything around me gets splattered, probably including my microphone. This is, if you have beautiful granite counters, this may not be. There. Ha ha. Poinsettia. I want to splatter.
Oh.
Splatter my. Now, you're being kidnapped into another earlier painting tutorial. So did you do an up-close splatter on these and then do an overriding splatter?
No, I covered my cardinals up, just their faces a little bit with one hand, and then splattered, and then did the same thing, you know, and just splattered around them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna splatter these and then do an overriding splatter. Is that gonna be lazy? I'm not gonna cover them up.
Adjust your close-up camera so I can see that a little better.
Okay. See? So if you wanted to do the splatter from Angela's, this is where it is.
Yes, exactly. I'll tell people to come watch Cinnamon do it.
I card the last of this one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot that part. Well.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the process.
Exactly.
And look, I'm ruining my manicure.
Very rarely do I sit down and finish a painting in 2 hours and say, that's it. I'm completely happy with it. I will never touch it again.
Yeah.
Like, that never happens.
It really doesn't.
Did you get some black in there?
I did. Now I'm moving away from it. I'm running away.
Push your palette up there a little bit so we can see. There we go. Perfect. We can see there, right there, what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just thinning this out and loading this old sad brush. And now I'm gonna snow my cardinals. Now she's right because I've got reflections and things on the eyes. Do I have painter's tape anywhere?
Yep.
Do you see it? I'll show you guys a cool trick. I don't know if anybody was painting the cardinals or wanted to splatter them, but here's the cool trick. Do you mind if I show them the cool trick, Angela?
Do it.
All right, do it.
What is it?
Oh, I'm gonna use painter's tape over their faces.
Oh, smart.
If John can find my yellow painter's tape. I have like rolls of it.
All I have is the non-painter's tape.
Okay, well this is not the right tape to use because okay. Oh, you know what? It means the kids got into it. So why you might want to tape off or mask off something like this is you made these little detailed faces, and the reflection in some of this is very important to how that face looks.
Exactly.
So you might want to protect that a little bit. And so if you just go, all right, I just don't want to splatter right there is all I'm saying. Then you can, do that. There's lots of ways that you can get that. That's just a way that I would do it. And now I'm snowing on my cardinals. But I don't have to worry about the splatters messing up my reflection. And I feel like my pine cone needs more snow. Just like, so you could snow up your branches. And then I guess, there you go. And the only other thing that you could probably do on this one that I think Angela meant to do is run a little bit of snow up the branch. Did you run up a little bit of snow up the branch?
I did. Yeah, but that was after you left.
Okay.
I remembered that part. Just not.
All right.
Not the actual snow.
It needs snow up the branch.
No, the branches and the pine needles, but not the birds.
So I'm going to just make sure, because I didn't get to do mine. I'm going to add a little snow up my branch. Just here and there. Having a little bit of fun.
And if you get too much, you can wipe it off.
Oh, yeah, especially when it's been dry this long. I think I might even apply it some of the... Now I'm getting all weird. Now I'm taking artistic liberties. Just
do it.
Me.
Hey, I love it when people do that, when they share their paintings and they've changed the colors or added something, or, that's what it's all about.
Or they've made it their own.
Making it your own.
Just a little bit here.
We're just here to, honestly, I feel like I'm just here to get you to the point where you feel comfortable doing that. So,
Yeah, we really are, aren't we, though?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't do a lot of just time-lapse of me painting, because it's not that extraordinary that I could paint.
Right.
I mean, it's like just me showing. I love when they have that. It's like tutorial. I'm like, but it's really not.
No.
It is for me.
Right.
Help you if that was just your technique you were trying to keep secret by time lapse.
Yeah.
Because actually, all I have to do is see the painting, and then I got it. So I'm just snowing up my.
Trick.
I'm just snowing up my little pines there. All right. So that was that, and then so this was the where'd it go? So this was the collab, and I feel like these are really nice. They match really well. Don't you feel like those go together really well? Look at it! Look at it! Woo!
We did it!
We did it! We painted all of the paintings. I don't know, how long have we been up, babe?
Oh, well, let's go over and take a look. We have
2 hours.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. The broadcast 50 minutes. Says we've been live for 50 minutes.
Just 50? No, it's gonna be like 2.
I don't know. Maybe it's just.
Well, it's 7:30 here, so.
It's 2.
Did you start at 5:30?
Not right around there. So yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be that.
Yeah.
It can't be right. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just pushing buttons over here.
If for some reason you were not at Angela's video, you should go and paint that too.
No, yeah.
Which is linked in the information below.
and the iCard and the information below. And now when these upload, I can even give her, we're going to credit each other.
Yes.
We're using all the YouTube features. And I guess you can join the Angelooney group because we're going to keep that going. So if you want to
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
be up on news,
Yeah,
it's going to be probably quiet over December, but we'll get
sure.
buzzy about, come by. And you know what? Actually, we'll probably go in there and goof around. Who knows?
Yeah, especially comment on if you add your paintings to it, for sure.
That would be very cool. Come by the
Yes.
Angelooney group and put your paintings in there.
Oh,
So
yes.
Everybody that shared it, and so you can make a friend in the YouTube viewing community. We have really good people who are in the YouTube art zone that travel around and they paint and they are friends with each other and they support each other. And the truth is they go to a bunch of different channels. It's what they do, and it's what you should do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a bunch of great people out there doing really neat things on YouTube.
Yeah, like what am I never going to do? I'm never going to show you how to build an easel out of sticks. Ever. So if you wanted to know that, you got to kind of go see Nick Valero, because I'm not going to bushcraft. Are you going to bushcraft, Angela?
I might bushcraft.
John might scope a bushcraft just to see if he can do it.
I have to go check that out.
I would go collab with Nick Valero, but I don't want to walk out into the woods.
No.
No. Not even in Sweden.
You got.
When he hoofed that boat on his back, I was like, oh no.
Not in a million years.
I need the good tour to the lake, please. So yeah, you gotta check it out. It's a pretty cool space that we're in, and Angela's here and I'm here, and we love you guys.
Yes. Yes. Met so many neat people through YouTube. All over the world. It's amazing.
So we want to see you at the easel really soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye,
Love you guys.
Cinnamon.
Bye bye.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Angela. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.